Welcome to Film Buffs Podcast, Episode 3. And today we are talking about something that, we should have done a while ago.
Yeah.
Best movie battles and character 1v1s. So, we have a huge list right here from our favorite movies, TV shows.
Behind the sign.
We're going from Marvel all the way to John Wick. Alright, so on this list, I'm going to pick one and we will talk about it. Alright? Let's start with Homelander versus Butcher and Soldier Boy from The Boys, Season 3, Episode
6. Yeah,
6.
Herogasm.
Also known as Herogasm. So,
Which is what it sounds like.
what did we think when we first saw this battle? What was your reaction after it finished, or during the fight, or just anything? What did you think when watching it?
May I go for Alright. So I felt like at the same time this was a perfect payoff, and at the same time it wasn't even really quite a payoff, because when you first start watching The Boys, you don't really you don't really think this is where Butcher is going to get with superpowers and stuff, and eventually quote facing Homelander, at least directly initially in season 1, but the show sort of manages to build up to it sort of, and at the same time it doesn't. So that way this comes as a cool so it's season 3 with them gaining superpowers and stuff. It seems it doesn't come out of nowhere, but it's kind of it's a nice little twist or surprise, and that allows for making this battle between Homelander, Butcher, and Soldier Boy to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was definitely
The best choreographed fight?
well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, out of the show, it probably had to be
I say they did a good job with displaying the power behind their strikes.
Mhm.
With the sounds and the camera movements and stuff. And I also felt this was definitely the first fight. You know how the main character and the villain kind of fight twice sometimes in the same season or movie.
Mhm.
This was definitely more of a first fight. And this was probably what they were looking for.
Yeah, because the real bigger fight is later on.
It's the last episode. Right.
Okay, so when I first watched this fight, I gotta be honest, I said while it was happening, I screamed, "Is this the finale?" Because it basically built up it basically brought everything that they planned in the first few episodes. There's a weapon that can stop Homelander. It's Soldier Boy. Well, we need to get Soldier Boy. Okay, we can kill Soldier Boy. And then
I think actually.
yeah.
You go. Sorry.
Yeah. And then, they finally do Herogasm, which is something that's been built up for a while, that they've talked about in interviews. And then, Homelander just walks in, and it's Butcher doped up on Temp V, and it's Soldier Boy, who just basically fucks everything up. And then Homelander just arrives. So then the fight happens, and I love we all love, this has been quoted to death, this has been memed to death.
Yeah.
You were my hero growing up. Buddy, you think you're strong, you're wearing a cape.
Yeah. You're just a cheap.
No. You're just a cheap fucking knockoff. No. I'm the upgrade. And then it's great. I love the fight between Soldier Boy and Homelander, and then Homelander and Butcher, then the two of them, and then Huey comes in with his powers, and he's fucking naked, and then Homelander's just what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that's so on theme for The Boys. Just it's teleportation power that you can't teleport with your clothes on.
Yeah.
It's that's very on theme for The Boys.
I love just how shocked Homelander is throughout the entire fight. With Soldier Boy, he's okay, he's got super strength, got it. Then he sees Butcher and Huey come in, and he's
Yeah.
what?
But yeah, Actually, do we know like how strong is Butcher compared to like Soldier Boy? Are they like? Because
like
like
in the finale, they were able to hold themselves.
I think this fight solidified that Homelander is the most powerful person. in this universe.
he's still the most powerful because he was still able to beat like he was
Yeah.
beating Soldier Boy and then Butcher had to come in and
Yeah,
like, try to
right.
bail him out.
And then Soldier Boy had to come in and bail Butcher out, and then Huey had to come in to bail both of them out. And also, I say this, I love how they just destroy more of the house
Yeah.
during the fight. Like they're breaking walls. I just love Soldier Boy fucking pulls Homelander down by his cape.
That was like nice.
Do you know
little-
how funny that is? He basically proved that he was right.
That was
that
a
like,
nice-
capes don't work.
Yeah, that was a nice little payoff. Yep, I remember from let's see, what movie was it? It was Incredibles.
Yeah.
No capes.
No capes. No, so
Yeah.
if you kind of think about it, it's America versus Britain. It's America versus England, and England kind of wins. But it's a great fight. I honestly I hate to say this, but like even in the finale for season 3 with the final fight, I still like Hero Gasm's fight more because
Like I
that
think it's
gave
just
me
like,
what I really wanted.
well, yeah, because that's like the first time where where Butcher and Homelander got to like physically fight instead of just like glaring at each other and like Butcher like murdering Homelander in his head, like in his head. This was
And then
like
like just talking, blackmail and stuff like that. Like this is fine. Also, you could tell that like Butcher was enjoying every second of it. Because think about it, this is the guy who like got his wife pregnant, got his wife killed, and then his wife had to birth his kid, who he has to look after.
rape is much.
Yeah, and now he's like, I finally get to kick this guy's ass. So, and he's winning, and you can see it too, like in his face. He's smiling even though he's losing. He's just like loving every second of it. And I gotta be honest.
Fantastic acting all around.
Oh yeah, and like Anthony Starr, oh my god, he's great every time. He even during the fights, he's just doing so much. Like him just yelling when like they're holding him down, and it's a great fight. I love it. I kind of wish it ended there. I kind of wish they did a way better finale fight because to be honest, I still wanted like Homelander and Butcher to finally duke it out. But
the finale fight is still pretty good though.
it is good. It's just like it's not really how I would have had it go.
Well, yeah, I think that's what season 3 kind of was that everything up to Herogasm was like building action, and then Herogasm was kind of like the climax, sort of, and then everything else was more falling action.
Yeah, and then the finale is like, let's get our shit together.
Yeah,
And,
the finale is it's a lot more unsettling than last.
Well, yeah, because they lost.
They really did.
Because in the first season they lost. The second season they kind of won because they revealed stuff, and then in season 3 they lost again.
Actually, yeah, season 1 I'd say was kind of neutral ground because like it's a big revelation, but it's kind of like it's equal parts good because Butcher found out his wife is still alive.
But they still.
But it's equal
like,
parts
they
bad
lost.
because Homelander now knows too.
Yeah, but like they still lost. Like they were separated, and like they're now wanted fugitives.
No, yeah, that's why.
So,
That's
like,
why.
Yeah.
That's why I mean it's like kind of
Yeah.
in the middle.
But again, great fight. Jensen Ackles, I love him as Soldier Boy.
No, yeah,
He's
yeah,
so good.
I don't think I've seen him in anything. Like where else has he been?
Dude,
Because he's really good.
He's been. For a second, I thought he was in Umbrella Academy because there's a guy in it who looks like him. But he's been in like a lot of stuff. But he's probably done like voice acting. He probably did the Injustice movie that came out. I don't know, but everyone was great in the fight. The choreography was really good. Like you mentioned, the sound quality of like when people were punching, like you could hear like bones crack almost.
Yeah, right.
And I just love that. Homelander got from.
Should you give it a rating?
Yeah, I give it. I gotta be honest. I give it a 10 out of 10.
You think that you give it a 10 out of 10? You mean it? So that's your favorite fight ever? You give it a 10.
Okay. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Okay.
9.5. So it's one of your favorite fights ever.
It is one of my favorite fights.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's like what this series has been building up to. Like them just finally fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Again, scorched earth.
Yeah.
I don't really like. I'm trying to find anything that would be like, I didn't quite like this, but like, I don't know, it's like really hard to find something to like pick apart.
It's really good.
It's like, let's see. No, not even. I feel like Huey, like, I feel you could say that, like, did Huey really have to be in this fight? But, like, at the same time, you could say, I mean, it makes more sense because, like, it shows his commitment to, like, fighting with Butcher, so it actually makes sense.
And if you remember his arc, like, he wants to be able to stand up for himself.
So, yeah, I'd say it's a 10 out of 10, so we're in agreement on this. What about you?
Well, I'm on 9.5. Yeah, you know what? 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Is that how you guys want to do it? Because like there's no flaws in it.
There's really no, I can't find any flaws.
Alright,
And I usually can find flaws.
I'm gonna rate it based off of my enjoyment of it, not like I know like it doesn't have like it has little to no flaws. I'm still gonna rate it out of enjoyment. I give it like a 7.5 out of 10 because it was good, but I just like a lot of other fight scenes other than that one. That's kind of my explanation.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, let's move on to our next one. Let's go into the Marvel territory.
Yeah, Marvel territory. Let's do this.
All right, I'm going to pick randomly.
We've all seen these fights, right?
Oh yeah.
We've all seen these.
We're friends, right?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah, then we've seen it. Okay.
Yeah, right.
This is all confined to like phases 1 through 3, by the way.
Okay.
So.
Battle on Titan, Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah.
So let's like. Do we all remember how this fight starts?
Yes.
It starts with Strange. It starts with Strange talking to Thanos, distracting him basically.
Let's all talk about like how everyone is hidden out throughout the field. So Iron Man's basically
Like,
up there
right
holding like this big thing about to drop it on him. Star-Lord's hiding behind some rubble. Spider-Man's on top of something behind Strange, looking over him.
I mean, we can't quite like.
And Drax is probably invisible, like right behind Thanos, just munching on something. I like to think that Drax is just behind him, just eating something the entire time.
John Cena's like, finally, a worthy opponent.
How has that meme been made yet? About like
I think
Drax and has that been made yet?
I hope so. I think so. Like,
if it hasn't, we should try.
I'm fairly sure we should.
Yeah, but anyways, so the heroes are scattered out, waiting to like attack Thanos. Then Strange raises up the shields and says, "I think you'll find our will equal to yours." And then Thanos, and then boom, a giant piece. I don't know what it is. I like to think that's like a giant building part.
But like
is dropped on Thanos.
Because like what we saw in like it works out perfectly because like before Thanos gets there, like we get a scene of like first we have the scene inside the crash ship, but like once like we get them outside the crash ship, and so we have the audience get a nice view of like the surrounding area. Like it's not super in depth, but it's like enough depth so that like you can see the areas around and like you can see like floating pieces of wreckage of the building. So it makes perfect sense for when Iron Man comes down.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect surprise.
And also like they mentioned like the gravity's off and stuff like that, so it makes sense. And then I just love how it just comes down on him, and Iron Man's just like, see, piece of cake, well, it's like, yeah, your goal was to piss him off.
Yeah, that was
and then
perfect.
the fight begins, and then we basically have Batman versus Iron Man. Thanos just turns to rubble into bats, and Iron Man's just shooting at him, and gets sent off. And then, God, do you like? There's so much that happens. I remember Spider-Man comes in and like tries to.
The like Doctor Strange portal. Well, no, wait, no. Doctor Strange.
What happens next?
He portaled like Spider-Man through this portal. Like I think we're remembering it out of order.
Yeah, we don't have to like remember the whole entire thing.
Yeah, but like we remember like I'm just gonna remember like the little bits I have. Star-Lord shooting at him a couple times, like flying around him. Spider-Man, jumping through the portals, and then like Thanos just dropping him on the ground and just like throwing.
Even though Spider's spiders aren't
They're
insects,
arachnids.
they're like arachnids. So.
Yeah, and then
but it still applies.
Yeah, and then like Strange having his sword fighting Thanos, and then Drax just comes in and like hits him, and then Quill like just flying in, and then Strange is like throwing platforms for him to jump on and jumping off. It's a great fight.
But yeah, we could be here a long time talking about, but like basically all these little scenes add up to like a great like climax within this fight, which is when they finally get him torn down with both his arms, like on his knees, and then Doctor Strange teleports Mantis onto Thanos to like get him to sleep, although he doesn't really fall asleep, but like And then it climaxes there when they try to get the gauntlet off. And then fucking Peter Quill comes back. And I don't remember exactly what his insult was. Not so tough. No, not so tough now. Yeah, I don't know. But like, it climaxes with that. If any.
By the way, this is my plan.
Yeah, go.
He says, by the way, this is my plan. Also, let's not forget, halfway through the fight, Nebula just comes in and crashes a
Oh yeah,
I love that, like, they're just hitting him with everything, and the ship just comes in and knocks him out.
Where is Gamora?
And then, if you notice this, when she's fighting him, she has, like, this stick, and she throws it, it spins around him.
Yeah.
And then she grabs it and hits him. So, you have to, like, it's, like, really fast, but if you notice it, it spins around him.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like his stand-up. Like, that's like his giant sword, kind of. Like
Yeah,
his
no,
sword,
no,
like.
Like, she doesn't, like, spin it, but, like, she, like, hits him, and then it, like, keeps, like, spinning, deflecting off him, and then she catches it.
Yeah, it just like goes all the way around him, like,
Yeah.
but it's close to him though. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then should we talk about like the fall? Like I'd say the falling. Well, actually no, this
The
isn't
fallout, like,
really, the fallout of like
every single
It
fight.
was all the weird ones after that. It was Strange versus Thanos, and then
it was everyone's going one-on-one on him
Yeah.
because like I don't think they really could go
yeah,
all on him because
Drax
kinda,
and Mantis were out.
Star-Lord
yeah.
was out.
Star-Lord was out, so it was just Strange, Spider-Man, and Iron Man.
Yeah. And Spider-Man was getting the Guardians. Strange was fighting off Thanos, and then in comes Iron Man.
Yeah, Strange got knocked out.
Yeah. And then Iron Man, this fight has this should be its own thing. Iron Man versus Thanos. That has so many layers to it because Iron Man has been basically preparing for this fight.
yeah, he's been
he's been haunted by Thanos all these
too.
years.
He didn't really, I don't think he knew it was Thanos, but he knew it was like it was someone.
He
and
just
now
knows
he
that like aliens are the
Yeah.
end game.
And now he finally has like someone that like he has a face to attach to like that's basically the embodiment of like the PTSD he went through in like in Iron Man 3 where like he basically had to relive like through the attack on New York and stuff and he had to deal with that.
And also Bruce told him that like Thanos sent Loki, and he's like, okay.
Oh yeah, and at this point, Iron Man thinks Thor was taken out too.
Yeah,
Because-
so he's
because Bruce thought that Thor was was dead.
Oh yeah, and then like he just shows him Wakanda, and everyone's like, oh fuck. But I love the fight between Iron Man and Thanos because before it starts, he's like, "You're too with me. I'm gonna lose it." And Thanos just says, "Start." And when I first saw this, I didn't think about it. But when I thought about it, I'm like, how the hell does Thanos know?
Yeah, how does he
this?
know?
And then you think about it, Tony's the one who blew up his ship in Avengers, and so. Not only has Tony been like preparing to fight this guy, but Thanos has been preparing to fight him. Because so basically there are two people who don't know who they look like, but they've been propelling each other to finally fight. Then when they do, it's like craziness ensues. I love the fight because Iron Man's clearly wanting to just like knock him out, and Thanos is just, I think he's trying to like just figure out to just like get the gauntlet off and just stop Iron Man.
Yeah,
But I just love the attacks because they're so fast, they're so quick, and it's like
honestly,
this is
like,
Tony just like going all out.
I don't even think they're that coordinated to like after they lost, like after they like initially like got split up. I don't even think they were really trying to get the gauntlet anymore. They were just trying to quote beat him or stop him somehow. And like Thanos said, all that for a drop of blood. So
I think Thanos wanted to kill Iron Man. By the way.
yeah,
Like,
he was only spared because
he stabbed Iron Man, and then he said, "I hope they remember it."
Yeah,
so
and then
he wanted to kill Iron
Did everyone else like gasp when that happened when he stabbed him? I gasped.
Yes.
I actually did I mean I was surprised, but I didn't get I didn't.
Have you no soul?
Yeah.
No soul.
Remember, this was back at a time where like I mean I like the MCU, but I was still getting into it because I was one of those people that really started liking it after Infinity War.
Interesting.
I just
I remember back in middle school, like, this is a little off topic, but yeah, I remember like when like you talking about it coming out, and then like I think I did see it in theaters. But yeah, basically, yeah, that was when I got into it, basically. But yeah.
I just love it because throughout that Iron Man and Thanos fight, his suit is just getting broken and broken. And then it just comes down to like him just using his unibeam or like his repulsors to just hold him back. It's not doing anything. And then Thanos just breaks his helmet.
Yeah. Usually I don't like the nanotech suit, but I actually did like it in this fight.
Oh yeah, like I think the nanotech was best used in Infinity War. And then like, you know, like Iron Man just tries to punch him and like his last attempt is just stab him and then breaks it off and then stab him and I'm just like, what the fuck? And if you think about it, Tony, like he not only loses physically, he loses mentally. Because he's been preparing for this and he just got his ass whooped. And I mean, to be honest, I think like sometimes the best fights are when the hero loses. You have to admit.
Yeah, it's true.
They really are. Cobra Kai, like season 4 finale.
Yeah, it's true.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Avengers Infinity War.
The series we are writing probably all have that moment where like the hero, like where the quote good guys lose.
Yeah. But that's the. What would you guys
Rate this one?
Yeah, wait. You've not said that much. I want you.
Yeah, I want to hear
You say.
No, man. Yeah, you get. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say. You guys kind of cover everything. So,
Great.
I mean, anything I say will just repeat what you guys said. So it's all good.
Well, we didn't really say that much about like the kind of choreography. What'd you think about it?
Oh, I mean, I'm not great in that aspect because it's more CGI mixed with
It kind of
choreography.
is.
So it's
really up to the CGI artists.
And I mean,
like most of it.
They did awesome with that. Like everything choreography wise and like camera wise. It's just sick.
Yeah, Thanos looks way better than he did when he first. You remember that first post credit scene where we saw him? He looks way better than he did back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it was just makeup, and then like they were like, let's just CGI him, but let's give him some texture. I always love thinking about this that like if you look closely on Thanos, he's kind of got like the shadow almost of like a beard. So I always like think Thanos could have had a beard. He just shaved it off. But yeah, Battle of Titan. What would you guys rate it?
Battle on Titan. I would rate it. I don't know. I don't think it's the best battle ever, but like it's really really good. So I'd say it's like a solid 9.
Okay.
I did that by I don't really need it. Like it's just like I think there are some battles out there that are just better.
Yeah, because if you really think, it's not like it's just them attacking him. Like that's their plan. There's no like extra.
All right, now I'm gonna ask you this. So you think this battle is worse than Soldier Boy and Butcher versus Homelander?
Yeah, kinda.
Wow.
Yeah. Just in terms
That's
of like.
crazy.
It is saying a
Just
lot.
in terms of like I don't know. I kind of felt. I don't
Because
know.
you based that first ranking off it having no flaws. You based this one off enjoyment. So I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you based the last one off enjoyment.
yeah, and I'm also gonna base this one off enjoyment. Keep it consistent.
I'm gonna do the same.
I
My rating's
might.
probably gonna be the same too.
I don't know. Like, it's alright that like we switch off what we kind of want.
I mean,
Yeah, but you
Because
need reasoning for like
it feels
why
like-
you did it.
like
And also again, if you think about it, it's like the first one was 4 dudes against 1 guy in American flag, and then this one is like 10 people against a purple dude
Yeah.
with stone. So it's like on a space planet. So it's like the like different levels of like which one is more crazy is like up there.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of like immersion, they both are really good because The Boys is really easy to immerse yourself in because like it's basically it's a lot like the real world and like the world building is really solid. And same thing with Marvel, at least phases 1 through 3, is that the world building is really solid and that like you can really like the immersion factor is really like there. So yeah.
I give it like a 9.3.
9.3.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, I was so nervous during that fight. It was very, very good. I mean, that's kind of a lot to say.
I like.
Yeah.
Alright, I
I
like
think
that.
I'm
Very
gonna-
immersed.
I think I'm gonna start ranking off of enjoyment because like I want to become more consistent. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it 9.5 because I can't give it 10 because again, I can't give two things 10s back to back. The reason why I'm giving it 9.5 is because enjoyment. I had so much fun watching this fight. I have so much fun watching it now. I study it. I study the little character details, even though it seems like there aren't. I like to, it's.
Oh yeah, there are.
You like to think of the layers and like what the characters are thinking.
Like you gotta be careful sometimes because some Marvel fights don't have layers, but like a lot of them do.
Yeah,
like
but
some of
this
them
one-
just don't. So you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Like just don't because you don't wanna find a diamond where in fact it's just glass. Like don't find you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're
Yeah,
digging.
yeah.
I get your drift. I get your drift. But the enjoyment, I had so much fun. The effects, I love them. The characters, good. The plan,
The
it's
play was good.
The play's good, it's just
I
like-
messed it up because Star-Lord,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems. Star-Lord just fucks it up
He was the most hated character when that
for a whole
came
year.
out, Yeah.
For a whole year.
Even still, I feel like people still dislike.
My dad hates him for it. My dad, every time we watch it, my dad's just like, here comes the asshole.
And Doctor Strange is like, I knew this was gonna happen. he already saw it.
Why? It's
Oh, that we'll talk about that if we once we get to the in-game battle. Like Doctor Strange seeing multiple futures.
Yes.
Yeah,
we can talk about that.
Again, we're not gonna go down like the list tomorrow. We're gonna switch off.
We're gonna switch off.
But yeah. So 9.5 because Star-Lord fucked up the plan. The enjoyment was really good, and again, this should be a 10 out of 10. But I know there's problems I have in this fight. The only one I can find is the fucking Star-Lord thing. But again, I love this fight.
Even then, the Star-Lord thing, it dips your quote your enjoyment, but it's not really it's not an atrocious thing that causes the battle to this sucks. It's just a very
Cliche.
It's a reasonable it's cliche, but it's reasonable. That's the thing about cliches is that they are realistic in a sense.
Yeah, but they have to be they have to make sense.
Sure. I mean, it kind of made sense.
And to be honest, I sometimes defend Star-Lord for why he did it. He just he's now in love with her. And
I think that's the first time in Infinity War is when they said they loved each other. So
Yeah,
that would probably
that
would probably be from it.
I would understand. I just wish
I understand your motive. I understand.
But
I don't condone them, but I understand.
yeah, and also I think the fight is pretty long. It's a really long fight. It goes on until
I'd say it's divided into two parts that are pretty
Yeah.
good. It's there's the first part where they fail, they eventually fail, and then there's the second part where they're all going at it, which is all pretty good.
yeah, and also the Guardians. I wish they didn't want. I wanted Drax to actually fight Thanos a little bit.
Yeah, but what can Drax do against Thanos?
I would have been fine with him
he
getting a
gets
little
stopped.
bit have him I don't know, throw a few punches and mention you killed my family, and he'll just be say it, have a
He
time.
already did that though.
He did Thanos, and then Thanos turned into
I feel like Drax just gets smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would have been nice for him to at least have a fight with him, just for a few seconds. I just wanted the Guardians to do a little bit more. I don't want a lot. I just want them to do a little. But there, all right. So we've all given our ranking.
Yep. All right. Next. Moving on.
All right. We're gonna move on to Cobra Kai. We're doing
This is what's
the school fight.
at the end of season 2. There we go. Season 2.
All right, Cobra Kai season 2 finale, school fight. All right, I'm gonna have the expert go first.
Okay. Yeah. You go first.
All right.
Because I shit you not, he could probably quote every single line from it.
I bet I could. But okay, so I'm gonna start off by saying it's season finale, so you know something's gonna happen, right?
Of course.
But I mean, they're going to their first day of school. They're you're kind of wondering is this really the finale? This is gonna be the first day of school? It's kind of a pretty warm finale, right?
Yeah. First day of school is usually when.
And
nothing
then
happens.
they get into their classes, and then Miguel's talking talk and everything, and you're what's gonna happen here? Is there something gonna happen? And all of a sudden, Tori's on the comms. She beats the shit out of some shit beat her up.
I don't think she beat
She pushes her out of the way.
She'd
And
get
she's
arrested.
on
Intercom.
the intercom, the school intercom. and you're like, right when she says that, you're like, oh shit, so this is what's gonna happen.
What does she do?
And then so Sam and Tori are squaring off in the hallway.
Yeah.
And for a second, it's just, or not a second,
It's
like for a sound like 30 seconds, it's just them two fighting. And then Miguel and Robbie get in there. Now it's a 2-on-2, and then everybody starts fighting, and it's crazy. And then there's like, people are fighting in the hallways, and then it breaks out into that like main lobby area, and it's just, oh, I can't forget about that one shot. It was like that 1 minute long one shot where they just track the camera, just
Oh,
the mayhem.
I forgot about that.
And everyone had to like get it right. It was like, it was crazy. And there was like, you guys, I'm not sure you guys know the Texas switches. It's like when, the main actor is in a fight, but then switches out with the stunt double in the same shot.
Oh,
So they do like 3 of those in one shot. Like Miguel, the actor for Miguel, he's fighting Robbie, and then it like cuts away from Miguel and just follows Robbie, and then you see Miguel again, but it's actually a stunt double. It's just the back of his head, and then he takes his son or whatever, and then the main actor comes back in the fight, and it's all done in one shot. And then like it breaks out into the lobby, right? And there's so it's like when the beach became walk into
The trophy case.
in the trophy case. That was a little bit, I mean, I don't know if Hawk would let that happen,
No.
but it was pretty satisfying to watch. Hawk was a dick that season.
Oh, yeah. Hawk,
I hated Dick Hawk. He was so mean.
yeah, that was his like
And
evil. That was his evil. Like he just gained self-confidence and like he turned to the dark side.
yeah,
So, like,
he
that's his
turned
evil.
into the thing that he hated. He was bullied and hated boys, and he turned into the bully.
You have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Oh, we got that coming up.
Yeah.
And then Miguel and Robbie get on the second floor. And when I was watching it, I didn't think anything too severe was gonna happen. I was like, okay, someone's gonna stop. Everyone's gonna be like shake hands or whatever.
Someone's gonna like break an arm.
I didn't think it was like okay.
I thought like someone was
going
gonna like break an arm or something.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't. What happened? I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I'm on your level. I was
Like,
watching
I
it,
thought-
and I was like, what's happening? Like what's gonna go? What's so? Okay, Daniel's gonna come in and be like, the hell is going on?
Yeah, something like that.
Someone's gonna come in and bring up. And
Like I thought one of the
followed. My God.
like I thought like a teacher was gonna come in and like they were gonna get punched at like I don't know they would get punched in the face and then they would
that happened.
then they would get more teachers and stuff like and then they would eventually get like and like right when like some like let's see here, like when one of the main characters that like started the fight like Sam Tori or Sam like was right about to strike the finishing blow they would be stopped but that didn't happen so
Yeah, like when
like that's kind of what you expect to
when
happen.
Miguel got kicked over the railing, that Cobra Kai jumped from like hand-to-hand combat to like violence, like death type shit.
And Robbie after that just fucking I'm out of here.
And I watched that back on YouTube Red, so I had to wait a while for the third season, and so many people thought he was dead, dude.
He was dead.
Like so many people thought he was like, is he? There's no way he survived that. He's definitely dead.
Dude, for like a long time. I think for like 5 minutes after I watched that episode, I was just like this. I was sitting on the edge of my bed like.
Since I kind of had hindsight with later seasons, I didn't think he was gonna be dead. I thought he was gonna be like in a wheelchair for the rest of the day.
Same.
Yeah, right.
Same. I
So
was
if
like,
not
he's gonna be
dead-
out for the entire series, and then like after like it was gonna be like the Hank thing from Breaking Bad. Like he's gonna be in a wheelchair or like broke or like gonna have some injury for like an entire season, and then he'll get back. But then halfway through the season.
And I watched seasons 1 and 2 all in one day. So, and through all those episodes, Miguel became my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's probably one of the
Old
best.
Miguel's the best.
Like aside from like the old cast, I'd say he's probably the best of them.
Oh, he's the greatest.
1,000,000% he's the best.
He's like the middle. He's like a mix of Johnny and Daniel.
Yeah,
Literally,
right.
he's got. I miss old Miguel. I miss the old haircut he had. He was
Hell, that's
so
even addressed.
awesome.
That's even addressed on the show too. It's like Johnny gets like kind of jealous of like Miguel like being with Daniel a bit because like because Miguel is a lot like Daniel and Johnny kind of subconsciously kind of knows that, and he doesn't want to like lose Miguel to Daniel. So that's like pretty good that the show does that.
Yeah.
Although that's aside from the main battle, but
But they get
just
over
like
that
nice
great.
done.
But it's I love that fight. They're like again, it comes out of nowhere. Like you think it's the first day of school, like what do you think? To be honest, when she said like when Tori like said what she said on the intercom, I was like, all right, cut, and then cliffhanger for like the next season, and then like we'll watch like or we'll see like
No,
the
yeah, that's-
aftermath of the fight because
Yeah.
or
That's
something
a
like
good,
that.
That's a good cliffhanger in of itself, but I think it's not it. Like it, I don't.
It's
think
not the Cobra Kai.
It's not as good as like the
What happened?
what we got, which was
Yeah,
way
that was a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
too.
Because like
That was the central character of the show.
yeah.
Miguel, Johnny, and Daniel were the three.
And then to see like the main character basically just like gets
Yeah.
just get Gwen Stacy. You're just like, what the fuck? Again like you said, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I was like, he's done. He's out. You're gonna become a sensei now. Just get over it. And oh my god, like Robbie just I didn't expect it. I didn't think he was actually gonna kick him off the rail. And then like you have to think about it. We had to wait like what 2 seasons until those two fought again.
Yeah.
Cause
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because until season 5, they don't fight for a long time. They just like kind of look at each other.
And
just kind of looking
I
at
know
each other
this is kind of off topic.
menacingly.
I just want to brag on Miguel for a second.
Yeah.
When, not like the first 4 episodes when he didn't know karate, but when he knew karate, if you think about it, to this day he's never lost a fight. It's pretty sick in my opinion. Because he didn't lose to Robbie in season 2.
That's true.
He won.
Robbie did a technicality.
Yeah.
Robbie like
He
cheated.
beat Robbie. He had him in submission.
Yeah.
And he just like, alright, I'm done.
So
Rankings?
uh,
So like
okay, I want you to go first because you started.
You're the expert.
I go 9.8.
9.8.
9.8, 9 point, yeah, 'cause it's like,
Give it a milligram.
it's like Endgame Battle of the Bastards, Cobra Kai season 2 school fight. That's like,
That's your top.
that's my 3.
All right, I like that.
Okay, so there is one tech like I'm basing this off enjoyment now. So
It's not grounded.
no, I'm actually serious. Like so there's like one aspect of the fight
He doesn't
that,
know
like,
what the ring will do.
completely took me out of the fight for like a second, and it kind of marred, and it was like Miguel's fall. So like when Robbie kicks Miguel, you can kind of it didn't look very good, and I could tell it looked like
so it's the effect. Is that what you're saying?
it took me like
Again, it was done on YouTube Red. YouTube Red like qualities aren't really that good.
yeah like I mean
Yeah,
they did
are
the
you
best
talking
with
about
what
like
they
the
could.
cut from when he went over the railing to him falling in slow motion.
Like when he was that wasn't like that kind of took my enjoyment. But I still give it like a solid 9. But like that just took my enjoyment.
Yeah,
out.
that middle part where he's in slow motion, it's
Yeah, where it's like when the
it's
camera's just
pretty
following
epic.
him,
That's-
just going like this.
Yeah,
pretty-
that's like
that I mean, it's a little like weird, but if I were to put myself in his position, I might fall the same way, like trying to like grab on that anything, but I know I'm not. I don't know. But the last part where he actually hits the rail,
Yeah.
that was a good.
that was
They-
good, like that good. That,
But
but
they
like
actually did that. His stunt double, they had him on a wire, like
It's
like
a wire.
like that. He was the ceiling, like this was the rail. And they just dropped him on the rail, like straight up. Like that's
padded. They probably padded on.
no, that's what stunt doubles do. That's
For God's sake.
that's what happened.
We don't get them.
no, yeah,
credit.
stunt, like I think stunt double, like I think a certain stunt double got like seriously. I don't know what movie this was from, but like a stunt double, like I heard, got really hurt once, like to performing a stunt.
Oh yeah,
so,
a lot.
like
a
so
lot,
stunt
a lot.
stuntmen are
It
doing the
happens
risks.
a lot. It happens. They're the real like superheroes.
Yeah, which is why I respect actors that want to do their own stunts
Tom
because
Cruise.
yeah, because like
Well,
he's,
stunt doubles don't
Well,
actually like
aside
Tom
from Tom
Cruise
Cruise.
because they like because stunt doubles don't like Tom Cruise because he basically does their job and
Yeah.
they're just like we're supposed to be doing this. He doesn't have to. So it's like
well aside from Tom Cruise is too like obvious. I mean like other actors
Brad Pitt.
like okay you guys don't know him but Viggo Mortensen from Lord of the Rings who played Aragorn. So like he did it like he learned to ride. He learned and he also learned actual swordsmanship. So in Lord of the Rings he has an actual sword with him. and like instead like so he had like instead like he doesn't have a stunt double, and he usually like at least from like I think most of the time I don't think he did use the stunt double, but I could be wrong. But basically, yeah, I respect him most of, like he's probably my best example of like people don't know too much about him, but like he's the best example of like an actor I respect for doing his own stunts, especially since a literal knife was a knife was thrown at his head and was able to deflect it with his sword, which is pretty badass.
I'm kind of almost losing like what fight we're on right now.
Sorry, that was a segue into like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my rating of it because the enjoyment factor is.
Give it a 9.
Would you give it?
A 9. It's
Okay,
a solid.
okay, we're
It's
back.
still really good.
9.8.
9.8, same as me.
Yeah, same as you. Because like the same, I think you and I almost did the exact same thing. We watched both the seasons in one day,
Yeah.
and like that whole thing happened, and we were just like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
for sure. Yeah.
Yes. I remember like sitting down, like I think I watched it on Netflix instead of YouTube. Right?
Yeah.
So I think we did the same thing, just like different days.
Yeah.
But like I was like, I'm gonna watch all Cobra Kai. I'm just gonna understand everything. and then I'm watching it, and then like it finally, and then like Miguel finally falls. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, what's your rating?
9.8.
Nice. All right.
Same as him. Same as him.
All right.
So yeah, we're doing pretty good with these. All right. All right. So now I'm gonna switch it off to Schmitz to pick.
All right.
Pick
You
one.
want me to pick random? Okay, what do we
Pick
got?
random. Pick random.
Okay, so
We should
that,
do-
that was 3.
We should
so
do a franchise we haven't done yet.
Yeah, we should do it for him.
All right, you want to do,
It's your choice. Man. You can-
I should have
Yeah.
let him
but like,
done
Yeah.
the Cobra Kai. Dang it.
Honestly, yeah, you should.
Should've-
It's fine.
we
It's
should do a
fine.
Star Wars one, right?
Yeah, do Star
Yeah,
Wars.
just-
All
like,
right,
just-
let's do what we want to
I haven't seen that.
Shut the hell
Get out of here. Get out of
We're
here.
doing Obi-Wan
We're
versus.
friends, right?
No, not anymore.
Oh wait, Obi-Wan versus Anakin.
Yep. And episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith.
Ooh, God, in my opinion, the best Star Wars battle.
In your opinion, it's a fact.
It's a.
Okay, in
That's
fact,
not an
it should be engraved.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
It is the
It's amazing.
choreography, the acting, the facial
Yeah,
expression.
they acted like I know people react like I know
That
and
was,
there is.
that was the best acting.
Yeah, there is like they acted like that was the most important scene to like act well, and they actually did act well. Like they acted well. in
the rest of the movie, the acting was pretty rough, but
If
that
you look at-
scene.
I mean, he rewatched it recently, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I always say this, you know, like whenever they're just looking at each other
Yeah.
during the fight, Hayden Christensen is so good with facial,
Yeah,
like acting, like him just staring you down, like with murderous intent. I actually got scared. I was like, oh, that guy's gonna kill you. So, good acting. Ewan McGregor
I think that's
is
where
great as Obi-Wan.
I think that's where Hayden Christensen really came off as like he's a good choice for like Anakin turned Darth Vader
Yes.
because like he wasn't quite amazing as Anakin because Anakin in the prequels like in Attack of the Clones and in Revenge of the Sith was kind of a bit stilted and you couldn't and Hayden kind of felt restricted in that because he was still playing a good guy, but once he was evil, like all the creepy stuff he kind of did while he was playing Anakin Skywalker worked because now he's Darth
You can
Vader.
go back and forth.
So yeah, he's more like he's acting evil. So all the like
You have more
The
stuff.
parts he
You have like
did
more
makes-
fun and more like
Yeah.
fun things to do, basically. But
plus I heard and another thing about the acting too is that like I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that like the movie like I don't know something about like the cameras they used meant that they had to go back and dub their lines again or something. So that
Yes.
might have affected the entire delivery of these lines and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I
But
think-
I don't think it was every single
Like maybe
dialogue.
not. Like again,
no, but I think it was like the
I just
one-
heard this from somewhere, so it could be wrong.
The-
Yeah, I'm
one-
sure you're right, but it's not. It probably wasn't every single dialogue.
Yeah.
The one line I think where it was dubbed was when Anakin was turned around and he says, "You will try." Like when he's
Yeah,
turned
you
around,
will
like
try.
when it's like the back of him,
Oh, yeah.
and he's like look at like if you look closely, he doesn't really move his lips, but like the audio is like really loud.
Oh yeah, I respect them too because they all they trained for this too. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
love the
crazy.
behind the scenes of how it was filmed. Like it's fast, and if you slow it down, there's like no room for breathing. Like it's very fast, and it's a really good fight. And also, I love this. When like Obi-Wan, like Anakin just like chokes Obi-Wan, he's like, oh! I honestly thought like, is he dead? Did he get stabbed?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wait, no, he's in New Hope. Never mind.
So yeah, everything about this, like everything in the scene just adds to the fight. The music, of course, is amazing.
Oh yeah.
The environment is amazing too because Mustafar is like literally the embodiment of the dark side, so it's perfect. Yeah, the fucking like the fight like the way they fight themselves, it's almost like they're dancing. And like I've heard that I've heard some people say that like this like detracts from it. That like it's like it's them like it's too like still like forced a bit, but I think that's the opposite. It's like the fact that they're so good and like they've learned so much from one another means that like they're in sync so much.
Because Anakin's offensive and Obi-Wan's defensive.
Exactly.
So it's almost like unstoppable force meets
meets
an unmovable object, and to be honest, that's what would happen. They would just collide and start lightsaber dueling. They just pull out lightsabers and just start dueling.
And in the end, it's Anakin overestimating his power. That ultimately is what like he's certainly like the main part of this fight that like you should take away is that like Anakin has like talent, and also something that actually is silly. I think they actually did like George Lucas actually did a good job writing this part of Anakin's character. Is that Anakin is always like he always feels like he's being held back. He always feels like he has like he has such good talent, but like Obi-Wan's just like holding him back a bit. And then like in this movie, like we kind of see we see that payoff that like pure talent alone, like Anakin has a lot of talent when like dueling and like with the Force, but like ultimately him overestimating his talents is what leads him to be defeated by Obi-Wan because he underestimates the mighty high ground. So yeah, that's like pretty good character writing that is paid off in this final battle, which I feel like that's overlooked a bit. Is like Anakin's character, like corruption arc, is actually pretty like it's like I know like the execution isn't. Come on, the execution.
I'm sorry.
The execution is pretty decent, but like in this final fight, the execution is like perfect. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I feel like they spent the most money on this aspect of the movie because the rest of the movie it looked a little fake sometimes, but this fight nothing. I felt like Mustafar looked very authentic, and the lightsabers looks like I think perfect. I think the lightsabers are the best looking in this movie.
And to be honest, I think they were like, all right, for this fight, it's got to be rough, it's got to be smooth, it's got to be clean. The choreography is just amazing.
Oh yeah, the choreography, you can tell they spent a long time doing that.
I love it. I can tell they actually look like they're holding each other back. They even like during. I love this scene. I love this part during the fight. They're just fucking spinning the blades for like a solid 2 seconds, and then they like hold, and then they do the Force thing, and they actually.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love that. Like when I was a kid, I fucking freaked out at them using the Force at the same time because that was like so good.
You never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, we've never actually seen it again in Star Wars ever. So like them using the Force at the same time, like trying to overcome the other, and then they just both go back.
It's great. And then,
I'm surprised that hasn't been made into like a meme or something. It's just like two evenly matched forces fighting.
I also love how Anakin just like gets up and then he just jumps and he jumps again. Then it's like again, you're right. They put like they put like everything into that fight. And it's
I will disagree with you though on like the rest of the movie. I think the rest of the movie actually holds up pretty well.
Oh, I agree. It's just like I think they put the most
and into this.
I thought that too. I watched it 5 days ago, and a lot of it, like I'd say Coruscant. I mean, Coruscant was good looking, but for the most part, but it did feel like they were standing behind a screen.
Okay, I can get that. Especially in the Senate halls, like those are too big, and like you can kind of tell.
The Mace Windu fight I got with him and Palpatine.
I think we're detracted. We're going away from the fight.
That's alright. It's okay. I felt a little bit, but I still think like they put a lot of like extra work into the final fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they spent the most time on that fight, and that's what they should have done too, because that was
the best fight.
Yeah, and that was like a turning point in all of Star Wars.
And like I gotta be honest, I kind of like
like
almost got like a little bit teary-eyed when Obi-Wan's like, You were the chosen one.
Dude, when I was a kid, I always got emotional at that. Like, it's impossible for me not. Like, even now, I still get emotional at that just because
And then he
it's
just
so
says-
well delivered and
And
stuff.
then he just says, "You're my brother, Anakin. I loved you." And he's like, "I hate you." I'm like,
No, yeah.
Oh.
No, wait, he says, I hate you before, and then he says, I loved you, past tense, which probably hurts even more than I
Oh,
hate you.
it does. It's just so sad, but it's so good.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we ranking this one?
This one is, on enjoyment factor, I really can't not enjoy this film, like this fight, so it's a 10 out of 10, because on enjoyment factor, I really can't find anything that I can't find anything that I dislike about this fight.
I'm gonna base off enjoyment too. I'm gonna say one more thing though.
Yeah.
There was one problem I had with it. It was I thought it was a little too long. I think it
Because
was,
there's like another fight.
They did,
Yeah,
they
but
kind of
s-
split into
yeah,
two.
but still, I think their fight it was like at least 8 minutes long. And there's like, I think they could have made it a little shorter, but that's minor. It's still awesome.
Still
I
the best
give
fight
it-
in all
I'm gonna give it
sports.
like a 9.6. It was.
I still agree. I kind of agree with you because like it was kind of long, and again I think they like put everything into that fight. And when you look at the fights that come after it and like the sequels, even it's like with the sequels were like it's gonna be better than Revenge of the Sith. Like every fight's gonna be. And it was like no. So it's I think like this is why that's like its problem. It is the best Star Wars fight, but it's the only best Star Wars fight. Like there's a few that like are
That's
second,
true.
but there's no one that's ever like taken like the first place again. Like,
Yeah, and I'd
this is
say,
the only one that has.
actually, well, I'd say,
So I give it like a 9.9.
well, actually, Kathleen Kennedy said that the Kenobi final battle would be just as good as Revenge of the Sith.
She lied.
I lied. Yeah, she kind of lied about
Actually,
The bitch
there's
lied.
a lot of people that think Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon is fucking.
that. That's pretty damn good. I mean, it's pretty damn
It
good. Though.
is.
It's on a technical level, it's really good, and also like, it's better than the rest of the film. I'd say. It's
Oh, yeah.
That's its only problem. It's on here too, but like, here's the thing: with a fight with me, there needs to be layers of the emotion. It needs to like build. The fight needs to be built up.
That's why I think Obi-Wan versus Anakin is better because there's more emotion in it.
Yeah.
There's more.
Because yeah, but that's true. Maul is an assassin. He just comes out. And
Yeah,
like-
it's
with-
not like a
with
Ahsoka
the
versus-
fight that we'll eventually talk about.
But,
is-
but yeah.
Yeah, but we can just.
Alright, we ranked them? We're all
Yeah.
good? Alright, Ian,
Alright.
choose our next one.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'll
two
check.
more than I guess I
Let me
go.
check what we got. 52 minutes. All right.
Wait, who's been watching? Is anyone watching?
No, people are watching. It's fine. All right. Man, all the good ones here.
I don't like it sometimes.
What?
I always like listening to podcasts like while I'm driving my car. I kind of like listening to our episodes because I like not only do I like study of like okay what can we do different, what that, but I also just like listening to like what we say because you know it's like almost having you guys in the car.
All right.
I'm
I'm
just like, oh yeah, that's a good point.
gonna jump back up to Marvel. I'm gonna go Captain Bucky versus Iron Man.
This is really hard to. I don't think there's anything wrong with this.
It's
Oh,
like
really hard to-
it's
I
an
think
emotional.
It's
battle.
impossible to.
I agree with you, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this fight, but people do think there's some things wrong with this fight.
Oh, yeah,
because-
like what?
Some people say that Iron Man should have kicked Bucky and Cap's ass, and I
I
disagree.
I disagree.
Oh, okay. They're disagreeing on the mechanics.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
I gotta be honest. I have to disagree with
Yeah,
what
but-
people say. 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
me too.
it's I don't care. Like some people say his suit's supposed to predict like what his moves are. It's like the suit can't.
It did.
The
It
suit
did in the fight.
it can, but here's the problem. Cap's going way too fast.
Yeah, and
The
plus,
suit can't predict like at supersonic speed. If
also Cap has his shield. I feel.
Yeah.
And Bucky has his.
also
right
the
now-
suit like
No,
during
he's not-
the
that's not
fight
right.
keeps getting more damaged.
I'm gonna explain why
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
You go.
this fight was not plot armor towards Bucky and Cap.
Oh.
So in the first part,
They were both bloodied, and also, sorry, you can go.
Yeah,
so in the first part
Yeah,
of the
no.
fight, Bucky is trying to escape. That's all he's trying to do. And Iron Man is trying to chase Bucky, so he could probably kill him most likely.
No, yeah, he's great.
And Captain America is getting in his way. Now, Captain America and Iron Man do not want to like hurt each other. Captain America is just trying to slow Iron Man down so Bucky can get out, and Iron Man is trying to slow Cap down so he can get to Bucky.
Yeah, because Cap is always, because like, you know, Steve gets in his way, and he's like, wasn't him, Tony? He's like, move!
Yeah, and he's
Stay down, final one.
like remember when he grabbed him, Iron Man? He could have like pulled him down and shit. He just broke his repulsor to slow him down. So
Yeah, that's like a sign.
He wasn't trying to hurt him, and then after that, Iron Man did the laser thing to like the doorway,
Oh, yeah.
and so Cap couldn't get through. Again, he could have lasered Cap.
How did he get through? How did he get over that robo again? I forgot.
It was off screen. It was fun for him. So.
Oh, probably.
So,
See how he breaks wood? Go on, sorry.
So, and now they're on this like big platform. But Iron Man finally gets to Bucky. He finally has him. But Captain America pops up again, and he takes that away from Iron Man. And
No, yeah, because Iron Man like stopped to ask him, do you even remember that?
Yeah.
And like Bucky's like, I remember.
Yeah.
And then that like they gave him.
So, Captain America tackles Bucky and Iron Man while they're falling, and they all fall, right? And Bucky lands on the other side, and Iron Man is climbing up, and he's kind of having enough with Cap. He's like, all right, you're getting my way, I'm gonna hurt you. So this is where Iron Man actually starts trying to hurt Cap. He's like, Cap's like, all right, I'm gonna start trying to hurt you now. So now they're really going at it, and now I think that Iron Man will beat Cap in 1v1, and that's what happened. Cap was holding his own. Obviously, he got some good punches to get him in a chokehold, but Iron Man's technology got the best of him, and he got on top of Cap and started punching him, right?
I just want to watch the fight.
And then Bucky comes in.
Oh, the music is really good.
Oh,
And then Bucky comes in, and now there's a 2v1, and I think Cap and Bucky can beat Iron Man 2v1.
oh yeah.
Also,
So-
they're on opposite sides of it too. So.
Yeah, right. So,
Metal on too. So.
Iron Man finds like little like weakness in their like when they're both attacking him. He blasts Cap back, and now it's just Bucky versus Iron Man.
And Bucky
Now-
just goes into like.
Now again, Bucky is doing a good job, but ultimately I think Iron Man would beat Bucky in a fight, and that's what happens. Iron Man blasts his arm off, right? And now it's back to Iron Man versus Cap. And Cap, again, is kind of beating the crap out of him. But I mean, Iron Man's technology gets the best of him. And Iron Man beats him. He's got him beat. Because Cap's on the ground, and he's aiming the blaster, and Iron Man lost because Bucky like tapped his heel or whatever. And he was super pissed at Bucky because he like kicked him and then kicked him in the face, and then he turned his back to Cap, and that was his mistake. And then he threw him down, and he started beating the shit. So actually, I don't know if you guys know this, there's a detail in when Cap was on top of him.
He breaks the mask.
So yeah, he's crushing Iron Man's mask. So he takes the mask off Iron Man so his mask wouldn't suffocate him. So that just proves that Captain America didn't really want to like do any major harm to him. He just wanted to.
Another detail I noticed, like, actually I didn't notice this, like I saw it somewhere, but like, is that at the end, like you could tell that their bond of trust between Cap and Iron Man is so completely broken when like Cap raises his shield for the final time and Iron Man covers his face.
Yeah, right.
And,
right,
like,
right.
And it's like, and he's surprised when like instead he goes for the arc reactor.
And you see like the fear, because like not only is this his teammate, this is the guy his dad helped during the war. This is the guy his dad like looked up to, and now he's like, this is the guy my dad talked about all the time, and he's about to kill me.
Yeah.
And then he just
But at the end of the day, he's still Captain America.
I don't think he was thinking about that. I think he was more. By that time, they were more developed. Like they were more developed, and I think Iron Man really just thought Steve was like one of his greatest friends.
Cap never tried to like severely hurt Tony. What was on his mind was I need to disable his suit.
Yeah, that's why he
his
left.
suit is all he has.
Yeah, that's why he left the shield.
Yeah,
Because
right.
He was like he granted Tony that final wish.
and
Like,
then he says like that my father made that shield, and respect out of Tony's father. He's like, here, Savage.
And that's it, like that just showcases like Tony's his bitterness of losing the fight. He's like, you don't deserve that. I deserve it's coming from a good it's coming from a very reasonable place. But at the same time, it's showing his bitterness. It's like a sore loser. So ranking? Should we rank now?
God, I got what can I say about this fight? Like he basically just proved that it's the music is amazing, the fighting, the choreography is amazing, the setting itself is perfect. And again, there's layers of emotion and character development that has been built up from in Avengers. Remember when it says put on suit, let's go a few rounds. It's literally in the movie.
I want to say about that. That's the one Captain America moment I disliked the most.
Oh, because
that was so out of character.
Well,
I
think this could actually be explained. This is kind of side noting, but sidetrack. Remember remember on the ship, the scepter was turning them against each other.
Yeah, but
I know it's
really...
weird, but that's the explanation.
Yeah, that could be.
I know.
I would.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
I know.
Yeah,
But to be honest, to this day, I'm always confused, why the scepter is. I know it's the Mind Stone, but I'm, so confused. I'm why Banner was holding it, why it's just messing. I know,
it was a little inconsistent with its powers.
Yeah, but, I told Schmitz as well, I think you were talking, Tony should have said, here, get the shield. Let's go a few rounds.
Yeah, that would be way more character.
Yeah, because Tony's very competitive.
Say that.
Yeah, I don't think ever.
Tony's very competitive, and he's also, always wants to, prove that he's better than him. So he should have said it. But again, the fight is. I love the choreography. I love the little dial. This one always kind of gets me. He's like, Tony, I can't. I'm sorry, but he's my friend. I don't care. He killed my mom.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, in that moment.
So much.
In
it's
that moment,
so much layers of emotion.
In that moment, I just related so much to Iron Man because if someone kills my mom, I don't think.
It's but it's so.
Yeah,
it also hurts because it's it's your friend.
Oh, what
you have to fight to get to the guy you want to kill. Yeah. And it hurts, but it's a great fight. I gotta be honest, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Same.
Can't go 10 out of 10 because it's not my favorite.
You literally just praised the damn thing.
Yeah, it's still not my favorite though. It just can't compare to Endgame if I were best. So. Well, it can, but I mean,
it can't. You just feel it.
It's just a bigger scale. Battle of Dashes and Endgame is just a bigger scale. That's it. I mean, I put it 9.8 right up there with them, but it doesn't surpass.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Cool. So should we end it there? Because it's been.
I didn't get to choose.
Do you think we can do one more?
62. 60 minutes.
Yeah, can we just do one more?
We can do one more.
One more. Sure.
All right. You pick one that we know and that we can all.
That we know. All right.
Yeah. Pick a good one.
Matt, may I recommend? No, don't do that one. That one sucks. Wait, that's my suggestion.
You know what? I'll spare you guys from Lord of the Rings today. So, let's do Endgame. I feel like we can talk the most about. We can talk a lot about that one.
No, that one sucks. Actually, I don't like. Oh wait. Okay.
All right, Endgame.
Okay. So, he and I have been wanting to talk about this for a while. You have had a lot to say about it.
I would like to say that since we last talked about this, I have changed a bit of my opinions.
Thank God.
But I do have
that
things
might
to
not
say.
be better though.
God damn it!
No, it's actually more in line with your thinking, but I do have some things to say about this battle.
God damn it!
But no, you guys. All right, go first.
So some people think the final fight is all of the Avengers, but to us, the final fight starts when it's the big three against Thanos.
Yeah, that's kind of
the start. And
the
ending is when Thanos, like you said, dusts away.
Yeah, it's the pregame. The big three is the preliminary round.
Yeah, it's basically like a football quarter.
Yeah.
It goes quarter 1, quarter 2, halftime, and then 3 and 4.
Yeah.
There's 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Halftime out there, literally.
Okay. So
Okay. Go
This is why we're the film buffs, not the sports buffs.
Yeah. Or the history. Well, okay. All right. So let's start with the big three, or the Holy Trinity versus Thanos.
Yeah.
Now, let's go with each character's layer of emotion with Thanos.
So
Thor
is obvious.
Thor. Let's start with Thor. Thor not only lost everything to Thanos, he lost to Thanos twice.
So he's like deep. He has deep shame, which like you can obviously see in Endgame because
It's not subtle.
they made it. Yeah, they're not really subtle with it. Like this is something I dislike a bit even now. Is that like how they handled Thor's depression? But that's aside from the battle. The point is that like
I think
he's
Thor,
like a shame. Like he carries deep shame in like for losing and basically causing the universe to like not the moment. It's like
Depression
the
doesn't
universe.
cause fatness, okay? Stop saying that to me. It's mean. Can I eat more Taco Bell?
I
do get
think
depressed.
Thor
he just has
was the
deep
most pissed off in that
Oh yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah, he is
Because he
deep
like
in that.
readied up before any of them.
Let's kill him properly.
Now,
Let's kill him properly.
Tony, I think
It's the most scary.
always on his mind is his family.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna do this. I gotta save my family, otherwise I'm gonna kill him.
Want to how I know how you know that? Because Thanos says is that he's gonna make a new world, and they create a new world, teeming with life that knows not what is lost, but only what it has been giving.
Yeah.
That means that Thanos is going to kill Morgan
Yeah,
and
right.
Pepper, and he's like, now I really. Now
I
he's
feel
not
like
like
it's
scared,
a
but
little-
now he's determined to kill him.
Like
I don't know what Cap is feeling.
how does he?
I know he is feeling the same thing he has felt his whole entire life. He's feeling I'm willing to sacrifice myself for this whole entire planet and this whole entire universe.
And for this entire country.
Yes, that's exactly.
America's ass is willing to kick some
That
ass.
was his reasoning for that.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
were you going to say?
I'd say Captain America. Well, yeah, I'll say what I was going to say. Like Captain America is pretty. Like it's not. This isn't a bad thing. Like it's pretty simple. What his connection is to Thanos. He lost, and he wants to it's in his character to
do
sacrifice.
the right thing and like.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He
And
was,
like,
he was always ready to die.
and like
Yeah.
what I was saying, like what I was going to say is this like.
I just think like
Was like with Thanos in like saying that like instead of like killing half of life to ensure that the rest of the universe would go on, it's like he goes from that to he wants to destroy the entire universe.
Yeah.
So it's a little like I don't like it. Like I get why they did that to up the stakes, but it works and it doesn't. Like it feels like a little.
it feels cheap.
It feels a little like I'm not saying it's bad because it ups the stakes, and this is sort of something like a villain, like where eventually like if a villain fails a lot, then if they fail a lot, then they would reach this conclusion. Just like it is a little rush. I feel maybe that's what I'm thinking here. Is that like it's a
Maybe
little
if, like-
rush? Is that like he sees people don't like this in the future, but like the thing is he has not really failed. Like he hasn't like really because that's like why villains usually up the stakes and like want to destroy everything when like they're losing and they're desperate. Thanos at this point is still like a
He already-
successful conqueror and he knows that he's won. So he doesn't like it's a little weird.
I
that
think
he's,
the
like,
writers just decided to do that because they were just thinking, this is the biggest movie. We gotta have the biggest stakes.
Yeah.
I think that was their thought.
and I think like I have mixed feelings on that. But
And
hey,
also
I'd
we're
say
shooting back to back like Infinity War and Endgame, so it's like
right.
yeah.
But hey, I'd say it works. I'm not saying I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's like I'm saying it's a little. I feel like it's a little cheap, like a little cheap. But I think it still works.
Yeah.
That's just a little regret that I have. But
Yeah,
like,
but like yeah, and also I was gonna say it's back to like what characters are feeling. Again with Captain America, I think I was more focused on like I feel like with connection to like each character has like beef with Thanos, it's mainly Thor and Iron Man because
Right.
they both
Yes, I agree.
know
Yeah.
more about him and they both lost to him, and Cap doesn't really know that much.
yeah,
Cap's
Cap's a little
Cap is
in the mid. Like he's a little bit more in the.
He
Cap
like
is not-
first fought Thanos. He didn't even know who Thanos was. He only know that like Tony kept going on about a threat, and he didn't really care. So now like he kind of does.
Cap's first thought is not I'm gonna kill Thanos. Cap's first thought is I'm gonna sacrifice myself or do the best I can to save this entire universe.
All right.
Now Thor's first thought is I need to
kill
Yeah.
this guy because
And he's always going for the head.
I need to avenge.
He's always going for that.
I need to. Oh wait, I need to avenge. Okay, yeah.
And then Tony's thought is, I need to like make sure like he doesn't win. Like
Yeah.
I need to like save my kid.
Tony's also like this guy needs to die.
Yeah, like everyone, their goal is like this guy needs
Just
to die.
kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So-
basically Thor, let's kill him properly.
Yeah.
All right, so
moving
the
on
fight,
from that.
the fight begins, and okay, so like we get that like zoom out shot of them like.
Like
Jumping
all
on
starting
him.
to fight him.
Yeah, I love seeing Cap like go up and then Thanos setting him flying, Thor throwing Mjolnir at Thanos and it flies at Thanos' head and it flies away. Then he swings his axe again and Thanos misses it. Then Tony with his sword tries to hit Thanos. He blocks. He falls to the ground and then he gets back up and then he starts shooting at him. Then it cuts. Then we come back to Cap kind of fighting Thanos and then getting thrown, and
Yeah,
then Tony
I do have
like
a-
getting
I do
that
have a-
like giant.
Okay, you don't need to walk through the whole
Yeah.
entire.
I
do-
love every part
I,
of it!
I do have a critique at this part, like when they're starting to fight. So one thing that like I feel like it does bugs me a bit, but like it bugs me a bit is that like in Infinity War we saw Thor with just Stormbreaker, not Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, just Stormbreaker by itself, like defeat like basically like almost like he didn't quite defeat Thanos, but like he did like manage to stab Thanos and almost kill him with just Stormbreaker. And this was with Thanos. This was Thanos with all the stones. So I do find it like a little bit like I find my suspension of disbelief a little bit like breaking just a bit when like Thanos with no stones whatsoever is able to hold off all three of them, including Thor with both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker.
So you're saying like in Infinity War when he was able to launch Stormbreaker at Thanos and hit him in the chest,
Yeah.
like okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like
You're saying like the armor doesn't make sense?
like no, I see what he's saying because like
It's like
I guess-
It's like Thanos.
Oh,
power.
wait,
I guess
power.
Thor
Yeah,
could've-
it's like
could've-
that.
Okay, I
It's
get
like-
it.
Yeah, it's like the power of Stormbreaker was so was so great, and he like I know like you could argue that Thor was like it's fat and
It's
like
maybe- I think it's the fat,
But
that's
in
probably
like
why.
Infinity
I
War,
don't know.
Infinity War, he's also in the air, filled with lightning, and in the Endgame battle, he's on the ground, and he could channel that, but I think it just takes a longer time.
I guess so. It's just something that bugs me.
Because
So.
think about how long it took him to like channel the like biggest lightning bolt in Ragnarok. It took him like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm with Ian. It probably takes a while to like get that much.
Yeah, it's just something that, like, it's just like a lot of, like, I'll say this now, but then I'll say this at the end too. It's just like, there are a lot of little things, throughout the entirety of Endgame that, like, kind of bug me, that, like, if I think about them too long, I feel like they kind
Just send
of break
down a
you.
rabbit hole.
But, like, that's, like, I think with Endgame, you kind of have to turn your brain off a bit, because this is, like, if you treat this as, like, the final movie in the MCU, which, I mean, it's not, but, if you treat this at what it is, as a finale, then it makes sense. Like, it makes sense, and, like, you can enjoy it, and like, you can just ignore all the stupid little things.
Yeah.
But, like, I still have these, like, little gripes that I have.
But back to like the whole thing. I love the little like power up, team up moves that they're doing. Like
Yeah.
Thor,
Oh, yeah, those are-
Thor with Iron Man like powering him up and then just,
Thor
like,
hit me.
Alright.
Yeah, that was
and that's
fun.
a callback to Avengers.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
it's
that was
powering
a good
up. No, so it's pretty cool, and Thor using both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker power up is really cool. And
Alright, I'm a cut to the Cap part where he lifts the hammer.
yeah, I was about to
Alright, that's
say it.
amazing.
So
I have no complaints about that whatsoever.
it's
No one does,
it's
like-
cool because Thor and Iron Man are, I mean, no, it's because they're like, I don't want to say a lot more powerful, but they are, they're more powerful than Cap.
Yes.
And you're gonna think, what is Cap gonna do?
Yeah, like, Cap
he
could-
can't really do anything.
I-
He's got super strength, but
Yeah.
he can't do anything.
Like, what I think this
Yeah.
solves is like the kind of like the uneven, like the imbalance of like the power, like of the big three, is because now that Cap has Mjolnir, it's more likely that he'll survive this fight, because like in the beginning, it's more likely for like Tony and Thor to survive, because like they both have like greater arsenals and stuff, and like Thor's a god, of course, so he's probably going to, he's the most likely to survive.
And not
And
only
Iron Man is very
I'm really
survivable.
sorry, but I kind of want to hear what he had to say.
Right, but like, I'm just saying that like, yeah, I'll open it up. But I'm just saying like, it kind of makes Cap's survival make more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, and not only can Cap like survive, but he like when you watch the three fight Thanos, Thor and Iron Man really didn't do shit against Thanos. Like, Thanos countered everything they did. And Cap beat the shit out of him. He did. Like, and he is the most unlikely person to do it, too.
Yeah.
And then, like, it was 15 seconds where he was, like, he was beating him up
30
really
seconds.
badly. And then you see it turn, but he's still kind of fighting, but he, like,
He's holding his
Thanos
own.
picks him up and slams on the ground, but he still gets up and starts, but then Thanos knocks the hammer out of his hand, and then he goes there, and like his sword goes into his shield. And what's great about this part is like you're not thinking like people have discussed like is Cap's shield gonna break in Infinity War and Endgame, but when you see Cap fighting Thanos, you're not thinking for a second is his shield gonna break. But they do it anyway, and you're like, holy shit, his shield's breaking. And then that's like, you've never seen that before, because this vibranium is supposed to be this like insane metal, it's unbreakable.
And the scariest part is you're like, while he's like bamming at it, you hear like the metal just break.
Yeah,
Just
and
Yeah,
that,
Thanos' sword was really cool.
that's
I
the
like it.
first time that he uses two hands in that fight too. Like if you see the everything before that, he's always using one hand with his sword. That's the first time he starts using two hands.
Yeah, I need to break this guy. Yeah.
Which I thought was another good detail. And then he obviously launches Cat back, and he's like, I mean, he's got to be so fucking hurt right
And
now.
then
He's gotta be so tired too.
Yeah.
Think about that. He not only has to like get back up like 5 times, he's now has to like deal with like I just lost the hammer, and he's probably got like bruises and cramps all over the place. He's exhausted. Like look at how heavily he's breathing during the entire fight. Like he's
Yeah,
just
right.
like
yeah.
He's like me after a cross country
No, there's
race.
that scene where like he like straps the shield like
Yeah,
on.
and like when Thanos' army comes in, he's
Oh, yeah,
they have that shot
yeah.
where it's
This is like a
him
good
versus
the
the
entire
whole entire army,
yeah.
and
He's
that-
just like, well,
that
I'm
one
gonna
shot
take
is the
all
best shot in the movie, and that displays what Captain America's character is. It's
Just fighting against innumerable odds.
yeah, he will do anything to save
And
like anybody.
Yeah. And that
And-
segues nicely into the end game, like the portal. I'm gonna call this section the portal, like the
Portal,
portal.
got it.
Yeah, and like I know Iron Man and Thor are probably the two more popular out of the three of them, but like I've seen there's polls on YouTube and Instagram. It was like I always click on Captain America, but it's always Iron Man and Thor are high percentages.
I go with Iron Man or Cap.
Yeah, Iron Man or Cap.
Thor's always like if it's either Iron Man, Thor, and like someone else, I'm always gonna choose Thor. But
He's
I
right, he's
always
right,
I
he's
always go for
But if you take this for this first little segment of the fight, this was Cap's fight.
Yeah.
It was his fight. It was,
Yeah.
and obviously, I just want to say they did again. You're not thinking, oh my God, where's everybody else? Everybody just got snapped at. Where are they? You're
Yeah,
not thinking that for
you
1
forgot.
second. You're thinking everybody's at the bottom.
We lost.
Like,
We're done.
Like.
Game over, man.
And all of a sudden,
Game
you're
over.
reminded when Sam is talking in here, it's like, holy shit, that's right.
It's pretty funny though because like this always makes me laugh. This isn't even a complaint. It's like on your he says on your left. And it's like there's been so many memes made about this. It's just like Falcon telling Doctor Strange, all right, I want you to make the portal come out on his left, okay, on his left.
Just please, just trust me on this. And then, okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Are we on to the portal part right now?
Yeah, portal. It's portal. West.
I cried. I literally cried. I right when I saw the portal open, everyone screams. Everyone screamed in that theater.
I watched that the Thursday before it came out. So it comes out on Friday, I watched it on Thursday. You probably did too.
I was
And,
probably in your theater.
we were with all like super fans and shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I have never heard a sound like that in my life. Like the place erupted.
I have never my seat has never shook. I've been
Like
oh my God.
it erupted. It was such a crazy theater experience.
like literally everyone is just screaming. You can hear people like crying. I'm crying. I'm like bawling. I'm saying this is so like a comic book, and like everyone's just looking at each other, disbelief. Everyone's like shaking their popcorn. Everyone's like grabbing their hair like in disbelief, and like it gets crazier. Like you see everyone come back. You see Spider-Man just land.
Oh yeah, the music was. Well, I mean, you might not have heard this with all the like. That's one thing I like. I like the crowd. Like I like cheering, but at the same time, I hate it because I want to hear the music.
You want to hear, but like
because like I rewatched the music. Like I rewatched the music, and it's really good. It's like it crescendos. It crescendos when like all the like when Spider comes back, like Spider-Man comes back, and like it reveals his face, and like it just like I can't describe it. It's like really good.
Alan Silvestri, man. He's pretty crazy.
He did Back to the Future. He's done so many good like music tracks for movies, and this was definitely a good example of like him at like his best. Because here's what he did. He like managed to like make something triumphant and then put it into the Avengers theme.
Yeah.
Because okay, and then like Strange says, "Is that everyone?" Ant-Man comes out, and then we finally get the moment everyone's been waiting for ever since Age of Ultron. Avengers!
Ever since the start of the whole
Oh yeah!
series.
Avengers!
Oh,
And I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna tell you this. Please tell me this happened. The entire theater just went quiet.
Yes.
Everyone was just like...
No, because there was a pause between Avengers and Assemble.
Yeah.
Everybody cheered when Cap got the hammer back, and then it went silent.
And then you just hear Assemble, and then right when Thor yells, my entire theater just went, wow!
Yeah.
And literally, I think I saw one guy stand up and almost like charge at the screen, and people just erupted. It was, oh my god, it was so amazing. And like the fight to this day, when that moment happens, I kind of like almost just go, jeez.
I have some notes though.
I'm gonna say.
Just let us keep going for 30 seconds. Wait.
I'm gonna say, I love that the battle and stuff. I'm also gonna say, I think the fight between Thanos and the Big Three was the better part of the fight. I just think
it was like more personal.
The battle that first. I know we already talked about this, but that fight was more like nerve-wracking. While this one was more exciting and like, all right, they're probably gonna win.
We now have the upper hand.
Yeah, like
any problems we have, it's gonna be solved.
Yeah. So I mean, this was very exciting. It was very fun to watch. But I mean, I want to say enjoyed the first part of it better. It felt more nerve-wracking, which in my opinion made it better.
So yeah.
And like, the little moments during that fight are really cool. Like Spider-Man saving Tony, and Pepper, Pepper and Tony fighting each other.
I didn't even know Pepper could do that. I don't like
meters.
It's believable, but like I didn't even know she could do that.
Yeah, she might have been practicing for these 5 years. Who knows?
Yeah. But
and then that's why it was like.
Yeah. And like Cap and Thor like exchanging
That
hammers.
was so funny, dude.
And then
you got the little
And then like you see Ant-Man in the background throwing like the big whale
Leviathan
into a portal.
Yeah.
And then Tony and Strange and everyone having their little moments together. And then the football pass off of like the gauntlet.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, can we go back now because I wanna talk about the little gripes I have about the start of this battle.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So objectively, so let me so that you don't hate me forever. I still think this is a really good battle. I just think, and at the time, with you just like with you guys, first time seeing this, I fucking love this movie. It's fucking amazing. It's adrenaline building.
Hi guys.
What's up, bro? How's it going?
Oh, what the fuck?
How's it going?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good. All right, be gone. Yeah, be gone.
Technical error.
My friends want to say hi.
No, get out of here.
We're busy right now.
Get out of here.
We're busy right now.
We're busy.
the Film Buzz podcast.
Fucking
Is your
John.
friend crippled?
He is.
You're so mean. You brought him down the stairs?
Yeah.
Why don't you use
The
the
elevator
elevator?
doesn't work though.
We take the elevator.
The elevator
Put
doesn't
oil
work.
on it.
Oh, wait, you guys have an elevator?
Yeah.
It's broken though.
Put oil on it.
Anyway,
All right.
You have a podcast?
Yes.
not really. I mean, we talk about shit, we film it. It's only a podcast, but
You guys are interrupting right now.
You guys post it?
Yeah.
yeah, doesn't get any views. We just post
Oh.
it. You gonna say hi, Gavin?
Hi. So subscribe to Scoot's Game.
Shut that off.
You guys talk about it. Are you guys like live right now?
Yeah. It's fine. We have no viewers. I'm good.
Oh, it's live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't really film it on cameras because like storage and stuff like that takes a lot of load.
I'm glad you're.
All right,
here.
guys.
Oh, it is.
All right, guys.
Alright, we're
I'm
going
glad
to
you're
this
here.
enough. Bye bye.
I'm glad you're here.
Um,
It brings me great delight that you're injured.
you gonna do this spray tan or something?
Ian told me he wished he
Take your time. Take your time.
Go.
Just go, please.
Can I take my
Just
time?
no.
My injury's big.
Wait, you guys have your own merch?
I'm sure it
Here's
is.
the next.
Drew.
Here's the next 7 on G-Man number 5. How to hurt a child.
So, like, are you dressing up for Mando Monday?
How do you know about Men Monday?
Dude, I'm really a diehard fan. Kidding me?
I can answer questions after we're done.
What is the main topic right now? Is it Game of Thrones?
Yeah, but I can tell you
No,
about
it's
this
not.
later after
It's,
we're done.
Yeah, after we're done.
Oh wait, no. What is the podcast? So
We're talking about films, okay? And you're interrupting.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
I'm serious. Okay, I'm serious. Go. I'm not even
Opinions
kidding.
on
Go.
the Shawshank Redemption.
Guys, come on, go.
Is the Shawshank Redemption a top 5 movie all time?
Guys,
Haven't
just
seen
go.
it.
We'll
Go.
tell you about it later.
Yeah, but why are you guys talking about films? You've never seen Shawshank
Go.
Redemption?
Go.
Get out of here, crippled.
Dude, you have Tangled in your top 10. Dude, you have Tangled in your top 10.
Use the elevator next time.
I don't take my time. What are you talking about?
Hey guys.
Alright.
Alright, continue.
I
Damn.
can't do anything about that.
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Okay, where are the
What?
fuck?
L top 10.
You were talking about like your gripes. and
Ah,
stuff.
okay,
Okay,
thank you.
buddy. Alright. Alright, let's go.
Okay. Alright. Brief interruption. Alright, basically. Alright, where was it? Okay, I know where I was. Alright, so I was fighting. Jesus.
The criminal's out.
Alright, you guys can continue. Be back.
Kick his ass, Schmitz.
Yeah, kick his ass.
We're actually trying.
You guys have Tangled.
I can't edit that out, by the way.
You can't.
No, it's live.
Great.
This is the cancel episode.
Oh,
It's fine. Just keep going.
really? Okay.
Yeah, just keep
You're
going.
here to listen.
Literally, just riff it. I don't. Literally, no one.
Alright, so
there's
yeah.
no one watching. We're
So
fine.
yeah, I was super hyped for it, but basically,
I think I know.
yeah. But basically, like, and I still like this battle overall. But like, when I go back to think about it upon rewatch, it's like, I don't know. It's like and I'm used to bad military decisions because I've watched Star Wars, and Star Wars has plenty of stupid military, tactics and stuff in it. Yeah. But exactly. But like the moment when they come out of the portals is like, I actually saw a meme on this. Like, I saw a meme on this. All right, I'm just gonna wait. Thanos is just like, I'm just gonna wait for all. They're coming out of the portals and like, Saya, we should fire on them before they all get out. Now I want to see them all pose.
Yes. I mean, maybe he did. Maybe he wanted a challenge. I don't know.
You know what?
I don't know.
It could be going both ways.
But like the thing
He
is,
probably did want a challenge, and also like, think how astounded you could be, because this is 2014 Thanos. He's like, okay, the Avengers is like a small group. Then he sees these portals with like this giant dude coming out of rubble, and then like all these other people coming out, and he's like, wait, Loki? It's like the meme, like,
Oh, yeah,
Loki
it's like
told me
that.
there was 6.
But yeah, but at the same time, it's like he does rain fire later. Just do it.
When
Like,
he's
so-
losing, but he probably thought like, I still got a chance.
No, I like this is one of my main gripes about it is that even then it seems like an excuse for like it's an excuse like it's a good excuse, but it's still an excuse just to have a big charging scene with all the Avengers, and that's
Yeah,
basically
but
the
you
point.
You
of it.
think that's
So,
a
like,
bad
it's-
battle tactic?
Like it sacrifices like the villain being like intelligent with like battle tactics just to have like a cool charging scene.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like-
I don't think your battle tactics matter in terms of if people have superpowers.
No, it kind of does because
I don't think so.
Especially with
you
the
have people
sorcerer.
who fly and shoot lasers, and I don't.
actually no wait yeah they would just do what they did in Avengers 1 because I remember in Avengers 1 Cap told Thor to like strike lightning and they would bottleneck the portal. So really all Thanos has to do is just like rain fire and charge immediately, and he can keep the Avengers he can keep all those massive the massive army of the Avengers stuck in the portals, and he can make it really difficult for the Avengers to even try to attack him.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, well, again,
I mean,
that's if
that's true, but I mean, then Thanos would win, I guess.
Yeah, so
It's probably best not. Again, it's best not to think about this.
again, that's what I said. Like that's why I said it again. I'll say this again. It's still like you can enjoy it, just don't think about it. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah, right.
I agree. It's just again, it's best.
Yeah.
It's really best not to.
But no, there is a very good character moment that just caught like going back to like when he does say ring fire. It is a good moment when like I do like that moment when like Wanda comes out and it's like you took everything from me and I don't even know who you are. So yeah, that was really good character moment right
I'm
there.
the one who kind of like thought. I gotta be honest. When that happened, I kind of didn't care a little bit. Because Wanda and Vision's relationship, I was like,
It happened off
eh.
screen. It happened like no, it happened a bit in Civil War.
Neither are
And off screen.
I can't see what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like Wanda anyway. So.
Oh, I think you guys can agree with me on this, is one gripe I have about the battle, is that like, even like, and I don't like the
Is
tactic.
it the Captain Marvel?
No, not,
Is it the
well,
women? Is it the all the girls?
Oh my
fighting?
god,
Yeah,
that was
that's-
so cringy.
That-
that
okay.
wasn't,
That was
Infinity War did it better.
that was
They
the
did.
one thing I disliked about. That was the one thing I was like, oh man, that was
yeah.
This is
Also,
the
Captain
same
Marvel,
Marvel.
Yeah, it was way too long.
also Captain Marvel
Infinity War
was a
was
Deus
more
Ex
so.
Machina, when she just came in and destroyed Thanos'
Yeah.
ship, and then literally did nothing else except like attack Thanos, and then didn't even change the tide.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
But
also she doesn't really have a personality too. So like I didn't really care.
Captain
about
Marvel was an hell of a character.
well, the only like personality she had, the only like
No,
sense
it's like-
of like emotion she had was like when Peter Parker's holding the gauntlet. She's like,
Hey, Peter Parker. Like that's like
hey, Peter Parker, you got something for me? I'm like, oh,
what she
some
has.
emotion, thank you.
What she said. No, that's like. But that's the thing. The emotion she does have, you can literally just copy and paste from another Marvel character, which is why she doesn't really stand out.
Yeah. But
So that's probably why I don't like
all
her.
right, so should we get to like by the final part of the battle? So
Final part of the battle is
it's a
really hard
wrestling.
to
It's a wrestling match.
It's really hard to criticize, and it's probably the best. Like that's what the part where I don't have any gripes.
It's a tense scene too, because like this is where I think Captain Marvel was actually utilized pretty well. Because she's just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Yeah,
Just hear me out. First.
I
Okay. So she's been basically through the media, she's been built up as like the big like person who can stop Thanos, and then
Oh shit over there.
You tried, buddy. You tried. Alright, continue.
You have your sword, right? you have your
Oh
sword.
yeah, it's upstairs.
and then she like the van's been blown up, and then Thanos finally grabs Gauntlet. He 2 times he tries to snap and she breaks it because she's holding back and she's just like punching him, and he tries to headbutt her. It doesn't work. If you look closely, he starts bleeding.
Oh.
And then
Okay, you know what? Yeah, that was a pretty
and then like Thanos and Thor try to like stop him, and again it's like a wrestling match. He just like keeps throwing them and he just like knocks him out. He hits Cap pretty hard. And then
he did that in Infinity War too.
Oh, another small Thanos moment I like is like, I mean, this is the only good part of Captain Marvel destroying Sanctuary, is like that look, there's a look on Thanos' face that like, he's watching his ship be destroyed, he's like, this is it. If I fail, like, he's like completely done for if he fails here. So it's like, so that's the only part of the Captain Marvel days of Ex Machina that I like.
and then Tony tries to like get him and doesn't really work. And then he tries again, and then he looks at Strange, and Strange is like, this is the one.
Is it?
I've seen so many memes of like,
You've sent me
Strange
half of
said-
them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it's just like it's just like it's literally just like Doctor Strange saying literally anything else. Like, oh, wait 1 minute for Captain Marvel to get back here and we can get this stuff. Yeah.
And then Tony grabs it, and then
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should talk about that aspect of the battle. Like Doctor Strange, like 14 million visions, and like billion.
I don't really. It's been talked to death.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay, fine.
About that.
And-
Strange just held the water back the entire battle.
Yeah, he could have like thrown it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, keep going.
anyways, Iron Man does the Iron Man thing, snaps it, and pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
It felt built up, and
Pretty good.
It was amazing.
Fuck you guys, talking about pretty good.
I'm sorry, there's so much shit happening
Yeah,
right
it is.
now.
Iron Man sending his fingers. It was pretty good.
All right. You really want me to say it?
Yeah.
Cried my soul out.
I'd say the
You
second.
cry when Iron Man sends his fingers?
I
I'm
cried
not
when he
gonna
died.
I didn't cry. I teared up at the funeral.
Yeah, the funeral was better because the funeral is like post the event, And like,
It
it's
really
like the
sinks in.
music was really good too. And like you
It's
saw.
the real hero at Alan Sylvester. What?
Yeah, but so his sacrifice was amazing. There's nothing I can really, I have no gripes about that. That's pretty amazing. Like, yeah, it's amazing.
I love, like, also fun fact, when they were doing reshoots for it, Rob Downey Jr. did not want to say the line because he didn't want, because it was officially saying that like he's letting go of the character, and that's something they didn't want to do because he loved playing Iron Man so much.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did.
Because like think about it, that's the role that's like his redeeming role that he's been playing for like 10 years,
Yeah.
and now he finally has to say goodbye to it. It's like I can't say that.
It kind of just redeemed his life to that character.
Yeah, that's
Not
good.
just-
That
not
was
just-
his big break.
Yeah.
And like, I can't imagine like how he was feeling like when he finally saw that on screen. He must have been like,
Actually, did he see that?
I feel like he does.
Because I know some actors that don't watch their performances, so I'm not sure if he's
I'm
one of
pretty
those.
sure he probably watched it. He might have watched it.
But yeah, basically, the end of the Endgame battle I'd say is a lot more tight. Like it's a lot more tight than the earlier parts. Like tight in the sense that like it's harder to like poke holes in it. Like the earlier parts you can poke holes more in, but like the ending is really good. Like Thanos' army getting dusted is amazing. Like so yeah.
All right. Want to go to ratings?
What?
Ratings?
Ratings.
Okay, so I don't know what I gotta be honest.
You guys can go first.
There are problems in this fight. They're little things,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you think about them, like you said, if you think about them more, you go down a rabbit hole. So again, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Alright. Obviously, I agree. It can be nitpicked totally, but I base my shit off enjoyment, and I've also gone 10 out of 10. That's one of the 2 10 out of 10s I have for final battles.
3 10 out of 10.
And well, I mean, the other one we didn't talk about because you haven't seen it, but yeah, it was 10 out of 10 because that was everything. 10 years of build-up. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
And
It
it
was
was like,
And it was a great finale. It was a great finale.
It was a
and
great
it was
finale.
it was again layers of
Yeah.
like emotion and characters, and again build up of 10 years of like waiting for it, and it paid off.
All right, I got.
Don't think about
I
Facebook.
got a prediction from Michael. Let's see. I'm gonna say he's gonna go.
I'm gonna say either an 8.5 or 9.5.
I'm gonna say 8.5. I think it's.
It's gotta be.
I'd say I'm actually like, honestly, I think I'm in the middle there. Like I'm on a 9 because if we're basing this off of like I'd say my enjoyment kind of, like if we're doing this based off, I'm going to compile both my enjoyments. So like rewatch enjoyment and first time enjoyment. So my first time enjoyment was probably a 10. Like it was a 10 out of 10 because I loved it. But my rewatch enjoyment was like an 8 out of 10. So I'd say in the middle, meet in the middle. So.
In the middle. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's still pretty good. And although I do have my personal likes, I still have a final battle that I like more. But that's just because I'm influenced by childhood
Is it
nostalgia.
Lord of the Rings one?
Yeah. But that's influenced by like childhood nostalgia, and I grew up with that. So I don't think you can like you guys would definitely not have that because you don't really have as much of a connection to it. Like I'm like yeah. So yeah, it's just different. Like you guys have a lot more like. I gave Endgame a really good score, and I don't even have too much of a personal connection to Endgame because you guys have a way deeper connection.
My other 10 is Bob. Battle Bastards. Another 10.
I love that you said Bob.
Bob.
Yep.
Bob.
We say bot, but
Bob.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's safe to say that's our last battle ranking.
That's
that was
it.
a good way to end it off.
Yeah.
Good way to end it.
I like it. We ended it with a pretty good finale, and there's a lot on this list that we
There's that pretty good again. You
Yeah.
said a 10 out of 10. That's pretty good.
There's amazing more on this list that we have that we will definitely cover in later episodes. But for right now, this is the Film Buffs Podcast. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Sir.
Yeah, and also, if you're wondering what the next video will be, I have no idea. We don't know yet. We're still
get back
working
to
on
you.
it. Yep.